people are benefiting, but they are specifying the directors that this type of construction, we don't want to see it 1 month, hose have been started, water is coming out. It's special material, and it requires special bricks. It requires special cement. I was part of it, taking samples from different cement companies, all whom you know, Namiwa, taking them to laboratory, all failed. So, but for ordinary construction, in all size, we are buying materials locally.
Okay. Someone argued to say, look, you see, Mr. Namiwa, we have got Area 18 interchange. There is serious civil engineering happening there. We are talking about the Bingu National Stadium. Yes. That is local cement. Yes. What's so special with this?
Let me take that one.
Okay, take it here.
Like my colleague has explained, Mr. P, this is a water retaining structure. And water, the pressure in water is no jokes. You know submarine, you know submarines. These are steel structures, ships that sail under the oceans. But they cannot go beyond a certain depth because of the pressure of water. Water is capable of crushing even steel, you know? So the pressure of water is about 0.443 pound per inch. That's not a joke. So now if you take 4 million liters in there, the pressure that is there, it's not a joke. A stadium, a stand of a stadium, or a 10, 20-story building, you can use that cement that is found locally. It's not a problem. But for water retaining structure, you've got to use pure cement that is not blended. The cement that we find here is already blended. So they blend cement and fly ash. Fly ash is a byproduct of burning ethanol. Okay? So for those structures, like the stadium, like any other concrete, you can use that cement. But for water retaining structure, you've got to use pure cement.
Otherwise, as he said, if you don't use a good type of cement, with short period of time, you start seeing these chunks, cracks, and leaking again.
Pressure.
I will tell you, there will be more noise of this cracks tank leaking than having issues of that. But us, as an ISO accredited company, we follow process to check, is it the good quality material? As I said earlier on, if you use poor quality material, don't expect good quality product at the end of the day. So we look in our team to say locally first, as they said, we have done a lot of tests locally and try to see, and if they don't meet the minimum requirements which are required by engineering standards, we cannot use that because they were in Malawi. No, we can't do that. We have to look to say, where can you find this? We do that. Like as he said that these are water retaining structures, we use that. Any other structures which are non-water retaining, we buy locally.
Yeah, plenty. Yeah.
We buy locally. But we cannot sacrifice a high risk area to say, let's just use here. No, we can't do that. And I'll tell you, Namiwa, if there are contractors who does not take those procedures and stuff like that, not us. As Kato Civils, we follow our quality standards better. We value quality more than cost at all. Even if it means bring something outside the country, we can do that to make sure we leave a high quality product for Malawi. That's what we do.
And you see, non-water retaining structures, and we built a lot of them. We've ordered cement from companies like Shiona. If you go and ask them how many pockets of cement we bought, probably now millions of cement we bought, you know. But people tend to talk about these structures, which are water retaining structures, as if all the cement that we buy in here is imported. No, that's not true. It's only for the water retaining structures that we need specific quality of cement. In terms of non-water retaining structures, we bought millions of bags of cement and we're using it. Local bricks, we're using it. Sand.
Evidence for that.
Yes, of course.
No, we can the records are there. No, we bought millions
even
of bricks.
better, you go and ask them. Like,
but if you also go to Katingezove,
yeah,
we're doing the brick week.
Yeah,
you
see
bags
plenty. Local bricks, local
You
cement.
see our other structures, you see that it's local materials.
Yeah, of course.
By there we have
Local materials that are used.
You go see, we will see it.
Okay, thank you.
You were asking about the pipe.
Yes, Bana.
Yeah.
What type of pipe is this? Is it what we call ductile? This one?
This one is married steel pipes.
Not ductile.
No, it's not ductile.
But in the contract you said you were using ductile. What happened?
No, it was already amended in the beginning. Yes, it's not ductile. This is married steel pipes.
You may wish to come in?
Yes, I can come in here. You see, these are different type of pipes. We in steel, major ones is ductile and mild steel. This mild steel pipe has got a lifespan of more than 100 years. And it's used in most of the water bodies, especially in Africa. I'll tell you, we worked with them in South Africa, in Botswana, you know. So when the then same government, don't forget this project was over around $500 million, they said. And then we said, what can we do to reduce? There is no company in the continent of Africa which produces ductile iron pipe. But mild steel, we have them. There are a lot of companies which produce them in South Africa. The major costs, which we reduced them from around 500 million to almost 300 to around 300 something million, was because of the transport costs of the ductile pipe iron, because they were coming from Turkey, China, Brazil. But in terms of quality, I'll tell you, this is the best pipe. This has been done, and then which we've done. So you know, let's redo analysis, because ductile pipe was specification at the contract level. But then when engaged, because it was causing a big cost to the government of Malawi, but also the cost was because of transportation from the sea, all those, because it's 120 kilometers. So to have a lot of ships bring that. Then we decided with engineers, not us, in the engineers and the client, then decided, say, how can you reduce costs of this? The major transport cost was because of the ductile iron, which was coming overseas, Brazil, Turkey, and China. And then with that, they then settled for this. But after a rigorous engineering process, it's not like you want to wake up and say, I want to put this. And I'll tell you, this is a mild steel pipe. It's used, it has got a lifespan of more than 100 years. And I'll tell you, the good thing about it, Namiwa, Mr. Simbibiri, the owner of Kato Civils, is from here, Mchinji. If there's a problem, 10, 20 years, he's here. And he can be told what is going on. But I'll tell you, from the engineering specifications and the strength of this pipe, you can go and research on your own. Just go to same lifespan like ductile iron. You know, if there were companies which produce ductile iron locally here, we would have even used it also. It also has got a good pipe, but it's same as this one. But we just cut transport costs.
And that ductile iron uses picket and socket. So you connect this, you weld. With that one that you connect picket and socket, sometimes the joint doesn't work well, and then you have leakages all over the place. You know.
Okay. We did an analysis between April and September. There are 6 accidents that were connected to either your drivers or the vehicles from this company or from the project. Should we say you are paying attention to the welfare of those people that are working for you and those people that are interacting with the project?
Okay, I've got my quality and safety manager. His name is Rulani is here. You can start answering that. Rulani, you can answer that.
All right. No, thanks for that question. We are very much concerned with such levels of accidents that we have seen in our company, especially during our morning meetings, even recruitment as well. We make sure that we communicate all safety procedures that needs to be followed. All of our drivers, they are communicated to. We even go a step further and ensure that they do not resume work under the influence of alcohol. So once people are outside of our premises or working area, you have different elements that come in. It could either be the environment, it could either be the road, or it could be a human factor that comes in. So unfortunately, they found themselves in accidents, of which I will not really delve much deeper into that, because it's still under the investigation of competent authorities of the police. So yeah, that's that. We on our side, we do what we can to make sure that our drivers, our operators, they are qualified. They follow all the necessary protocols. But like I'm saying, once they're outside, there are many aspects that come in. I'm not sure also how many accidents you've been able to identify outside of these company accidents that you are talking about, those that happen on the national highway.
I think
Just to add in there, to make it clear to you, Sided, and the public of Malawi in general, I want to make it clear on the point. On our sites, where we were working, there was no accident at all or fatality. The accidents you are talking about, these are road accidents, you know. And on these road accidents, they are beyond us as cattle. And some of the drivers, they are our drivers. Some of the they are public people. There happens, this is a road traffic accident. It's not on-site or work-related to the accident. No, we don't have any fatality. We have recorded ourselves. As far as I'm concerned, we don't have anything. Our safety measures here, they are fine. But if any driver, including myself, if I'm driving from here to the Long, I can make an accident. Everybody can do. You know, that because I'm working for Kato does not mean that Kato is now liable for that. Maybe those who are affected, it's really sorry for them. But I'm telling you, like anyway, accident happens. But not because it's a Kato person or anything. It happens anyway. And those accidents which are happened by some of our drivers somewhere, they are really handled by the traffic authorities. And some of them, they will know who is wrong, who is right. And I don't want to comment about them. All such cases are sub judice. They are within handled by courts and laws, and they are investigating who is right and who is right. But I want to put it on record, as far as our sites are concerned, we don't have any accident or any fatality. If there were accident, maybe one is just being on a nail or something. But to say somebody died on our site, I'll tell you that with our records and everybody, we don't have something like that. I want to put it clear to you. Yeah.
You are aware of workplace safety and occupation health.
Yes.
I thought you married the two. Because to a certain extent, some argue to say maybe it's a question of that these people, they are not psychologically prepared. We have already mentioned the fact that there seems to be preferential treatment. Maybe the way you're treating drivers from elsewhere and those locals, maybe that was contributing to the increased number of fatalities. As they say, one life lost is one too many.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just to add on that, because I also followed up on issues related to issues of accidents, and some people made mention that maybe the drivers, I'm not sure, they are paid based on the number of trips that they've done in a day or so. So to that effect, they end up overspeeding so that they increase the number of trips that they have undertaken in a given day so that they earn more. I'm not sure how far true is that. But that's some of the issues that come from the communities. I followed up on the issue.
I think before my director answers, let me take advantage. I was director of police traffic and transport for 8 years. One thing which is very special to Kato, they value safety. They value safety. Not only safety on the project site, but safety of the public as well. Let me report that before even we started construction, there was a need assessment, safety need assessment, which was done. We took people from the road authority, people from road traffic, and the police. We went around all the project sites up to the lake. That's why when you come from here, you see as you're approaching every site along the road, there is proper signage. There are rumble surfaces. There are mitigation factors, measures taken. Why Kato is doing this is to make sure that the public is safe. Not only on one side, but in all sides up to the lake. It is a precautionary measure. That's number one. Number two, we had engaged those in authority, the safety people from traffic, and they come and do seminars talking to these drivers. Not once, not twice. We bring them, we pay them their allowances. Why is Kato doing that? For the safety of the people on the public. They discuss, they orient, they talk safety measures and principles to these drivers. And anyone who is found a driver, found reckless, is fired. We have lost a lot of people. So, we want just to give a picture. Nobody celebrates when there is an accident. No. The first concern is with Kato. And where that has occurred, it is properly investigated by the proper authority, which is the police. They investigate, and if there is any case, they take it to court. But most of the cases, the factors which cause those accidents, drive this road, you see how pedocyclists move. They hit. Here we had an accident. Someone just started overtaking and hit himself behind our truck. There was no way the driver could. The directors wanted to fire him. It was me to say, but this accident, our driver is not at fault. What could we do now? In those instances, management, they say, help the victims, for them to recover. We take responsibility beyond the company policy, taking care to the hospitals. But if it is funeral, providing for them.